A challenge or a clear purpose can be a catalyst for creativity.
Questions. I think they are the main thing to make me creative.
You're creative when you find a new way to help someone or conduct your research.
Creativity is also about communicating ideas with others.
Taking a little bit of everything and molding it to myself.
There's always some means for making the work you're doing your own.
In fall 2014, students in the Communication, Rhetoric, and Digital Media program at North Carolina State University conducted a research project exploring the intersections of creativity, technology, and education. Undergraduate students from multiple disciplines each participated in 30 to 45-minute interviews and took 3 to 5 pictures of what they saw as creativity. The project resulted in a total of 74 interviews, 37 hours of interview time, over 500 pages of transcribed text, and 300 images. Out of the 300 images taken by students, not a single one associated this with creativity. Let's hear what the students have to say.
I would say that if someone's wanting to be creative, they cannot be afraid of pushing the boundaries. Don't listen to what other people say, and don't let that dictate what you should or should not do.
On the one hand, I am creative when I feel the peace, but also in the deepest disaster situations. I am usually more creative because I want to get out of that situation. I want to find a solution, a way out. Challenges actually make me more creative.
When people say, "You are not good," or "This is very difficult, so you probably will not find a solution," I think when people say that you cannot do something, that stifles my creativity.
My instructor never said, "Oh no, that's a terrible idea." Instead, she said, "Why don't you try to change this? What do you think?" She gave good feedback to help me improve and not make me feel less creative or prevent me from doing something.
Students talked a lot about the importance of risk-taking, failure, and mistakes for creativity. But that wasn't all they had to say.
Settings where everyone does the same thing stifle my creativity.
The more wiggle room you have, the more creative you get. When it's don't. Oh gosh, what can I do?
Creative assignments give students the freedom to make choices and use judgment.
Like giving a broad area and letting the individual find their own creativity, because not all creativity will be the same. Some individuals can do visual creativity, others can do audio creativity. Schools need to give a broad range for allowing it to happen.
Creative tools and artifacts are things that can be used in multiple ways and adapted for multiple purposes.
If you're given the freedom to choose what you want to do, you have more passion to put into it, and it could open up a lot of doors for how creative you can get.
Students wanted to be engaged with the people and information around them and the content they were learning. Creativity, for them, had everything to do with connections.
I think professors can help students to become more creative. You also have access to plenty information, like journals. You can ask things to professors and to other students. So it's definitely a place where you can create or discover new things because you have lots of resources that can help you in the process of creating something new. Like research, for example. You have different resources, so I think this is the main point. You have human and material resources.
When I have conversations with diverse people, it makes me think in different ways. It makes me think about different things, and I can try to create new ideas. In college, when I talk to different people, different majors, different levels, undergraduate, graduate students, and professors, I feel more creative because you can see a topic from different angles, and this can help to create new things.
I think the main thing is to ask questions during the class. I think when you ask questions, it doesn't have to be a question for students necessarily to answer, not things like, when was the wheel invented, but make questions to help students think.
There's always some means for making the work you're doing your own. Even in math, there's different ways to work problems, so I always think there's always a way you can be creative.
Students define creativity in multiple ways. Students pursue creativity with diverse media. Students find creativity in various spaces and modalities. Students are creative. Yet this is rarely a place where they express that creativity. So, how can we change the classroom into a space that would inspire and encourage creativity in students? What would it take to create a space, both literal and pedagogical, that allows students to be flexible, risk failure, and make creative connections? It would take you. Are you ready to be flexible? Are you ready to risk failures? Are you ready to make connections? Can you be creative?